Welcome back. I just spent the last 20 seconds trying to... I was on the KZ server, right? Sometimes you get these ladders, okay? For those of you who don't play KZ, what is KZ? It's a jump map, essentially. Sometimes you get these ladders where there's just a ladder that just goes up. It's on the floor. It's not on a wall. It's just in the middle of a room, and it just goes up. And you can't stand on the top either. It resets you. And you have to come off the ladder and air strafe around onto something in front of it. It is so annoyingly finicky and very hard to learn how to do, and I haven't quite got there.
James, chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder. It is indeed. I forgot the rest of the quote, but I love.
Yeah,
I love me some Littlefinger.
Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder. Anyway, we're back for some more North American action. We had performance from Cloud9. On the subject of Cloud9, actually, there's been a lot of conversation on Twitter. When I tweeted yesterday that I think TenZ had some learning to do, and it's not really something that can be done on Cloud9's time with where the team are or should be at the moment. I got some idiots tweeting me saying stupid stuff. Now, if you look at Stewie's recent tweets, or especially Steele's recent tweets, which I just retweeted, he has an entire thread explaining like committing to a system from an internal point of view, from an IGL's point of view. So there is some learning to be done there, some understanding of professional Counter-Strike. So feel free to look at those tweets just to get a professional perspective on why. Because it's not like no one's saying like TenZ is a bad player or anything like that, but you have to fit all the pieces have to fit together. And Steele talks about concessions. Okay, this guy wants to do this. Let's try and make this work, and so on. And the pros and cons of that. It's interesting stuff. I'd recommend having a look at it if you have any interest in that. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next match. Can we have a look at the bracket to see where things are at present? Is that possible?
Pressure
I need
bear.
a massage. Should get one of those people who come to the office. So we've got ATK versus E United, Riot Squad versus Complexity. The latter we will be showing today. Liquid and INTZ are through to the semi-final. As you can see, those matches happened earlier on, but indeed now there is more carnage to come. So we could dive into Riot Squad versus Complexity. I don't mind the logo of Riot Squad. Complexity are a team who have changes just like Cloud9. It's an interesting team now with the likes of BlameF and so on. We're going to get straight into the veto, in fact, so we can talk about the maps and the teams afterwards. Mirage, Inferno, and Nuke. No craziness there. I do like how both teams actually floated Vertigo, but then Complexity chose to veto it later on. I think that was probably a game of chicken for someone to waste a veto so the other team is able to pick what they want. I think that likely happened there, but there we go. Mirage, Inferno, and Nuke.
I mean, I would expect Complexity to ruffle stomp Riot Squad, just because they are a team that has a lot of potential, a lot of great players. They're still building, but they already look pretty good with what they have. And Riot Squad obviously not in the same tier just yet. However, we don't know too much about them. And also, it's Keita versus Weber. I was just informed that Weber is the coach for Riot Squad. He himself can no longer play, from what I understand, due to RSI issues. Is that correct? Yeah.
Would you like to explain to the audience what Keita versus Weber means? Because I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about.
I think you can do it, James.
No, you do it.
All right, then. So Weber was a player kind of, I guess, I mean, I would... Actually, you know what, Sliggy? Because you're a Saucer.
No.
Well, no, Sliggy's a Saucer.
All right, go on then.
Right, I think it makes more sense.
Okay, so Weber was like a pro player in Source, a bit in CSGO, and then him and Keita actually played together for a long time, and now they're coaching these two teams.
So who's wrecked from RSI? Is it Weber?
Yeah, Weber's wrecked from RSI.
Oh, really? Damn. So what, he can never play now, or because RSI, well, completely wrecked would be carpal tunnel, I suppose. So has he got carpal tunnel?
I think he was going to get the surgery. I'm not too sure what happened there.
Okay. Yeah,
surgery is carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel is surgery time. So yeah, at least I don't have that. Get my stretches on, keeping myself away from the tunnels.
Keep it going.
Journey through a tunnel.
Okay,
so you got Keita versus Weber explained.
I was very fortunate in school to learn about RSI and carpal tunnel. I think a couple months before I got RSI, and I was like, oh, so I actually understand all of this stuff. And I took, and I was a mega nerd. I was playing like as much as physically possible, and I took immediately like 3 weeks off. I didn't touch anything till all the pains went away because I was like, I don't want to cop on that. It just ruined my life. But if I got that, because you have to go for the surgery, it's the only route after that. So
Yeah.
So hopefully you can get that sorted out and get a better state going with that. But yeah, so there's a little bit of backstory between the two teams. Some of the UK players, not necessarily as many in pro teams, but they're lurking around. Like, you know, we're going to hold up the commentary front as well.
Yeah.
UK representation. But it'll be interesting to see exactly what Riot Squad are all about, because we don't really have any data on them so much, and Complexity are a team that are very scary, I think, to a lot of other teams.
I think so too.
I'm interested in this Complexity lineup. I think it's going to be fun to watch them, and we're about to watch them now, so that's fantastic. But it's prediction time, I do believe. I mean, the relatively known versus the unknown for me is Complexity and Riot Squad in that order, respectively. So I would have to go for Complexity, Riot Squad. I just have we commentated Riot Squad?
No.
I don't know if we've seen it. We haven't seen their broadcast, their games on broadcast. Okay, so well, there we go then. They are a complete unknown, so I will go for Complexity because that's what makes sense.
I'm going Complexity. I think it's going to be a 2-0. I think it's going to be... I don't think there will be more than 10 rounds for Riot Squad in these two maps combined that they will lose.
Well, all right then.
So
I
last time
would
I was
say,
correct.
I'll say Cole 2-0, but the X factor of Peter and how many bong hits he takes, I think 2-1 Complexity. I think you can take a map off that.
Okay, we've got a bong hit factor. That's interesting. Man, it reminds me of the days where we were broadcasting from Soho. We walk around at 2 o'clock in the morning and they're just like mini bongs and
it's crack pipes.
crack pipes
Basically,
in a local store
went to get
available
like
for purchase. So
I just trying to get some, you know, I don't
Some
know,
peanuts,
diet
like a
Red
Snickers.
Bull and some nuts or something, and then you have to like wait for all the crack pipes. It's like, why are these here? I remember like asking the guys like, are those? He said, yep, it's crack pipes. It's like,
I think he said, yes, sir. Like it was lots of enthusiasm.
yeah. It was just so
There we
weird, surreal.
Yeah.
It's real stuff, but
There we
yeah.
go. Supply and demand, right? It's like arms
not my
dealers.
thing.
If I don't sell it, somebody else will.
Yeah, exactly. I guess.
Well, there we go. All Complexity. Now let's look at the people's votes. What do the people out there think in this North American matchup? Where have they gone? I would imagine with Complexity. There we go. 80%. I think this is reasonable.
Yeah.
I think everything is fine here. But Pinnacle, what do they think? Where are their numbers? Are we looking at like a 4 for Riot Squad?
5.
I wonder.
5.
You think 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying 4. You're saying 5.
5.24.
Oh wow. Okay.
7.932.
Didn't even go that
3
far.
numbers. You've already failed.
3 decimal points. That's how far.
You've already
that's how deep I am. in
Missed the
this.
trick, Dan. But
3 decimals deep.
there we go. Dan's 3 decimals deep. Good for that. We'll see in a second where the Pinnacle odds are. I'm going to play some Danger Zone after this. A touch of Danger Zone.
Little touch, little dab.
Yeah, this just makes me want to... I came second a few times. I'm still ranking up. I'm still sprinting here 2
What's that?
or
What does that
something. Because they've got matchmaking ranks for Danger Zone. And they're based on, I guess, animals in the wild or something.
So you're right.
So let me see what the
So
ranks
someone's
say.
prey.
Harry used to be a very good CS player back in 1.6.
How
He's a
long
leader.
are we talking?
top 10 team.
2001?
This is-
Danger
yeah,
Zone
pretty much from
ranks.
like 2000, 2005-ish.
What team was,
Michael
was he on?
O'Toole. Great guy.
What teams was he on?
Danger Zone
U5.
ranks.
Wait, so Jason's brother?
Yeah, Jason's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ah.
Hair.
I know his brother's name was. Yeah. Back then I was
Classic.
playing Quake 3, so I didn't know too much about the 1.6 team.
Good old Quake.
All right, we'll get to the Pinnacle numbers later on. There is a delay in getting those, but in the meantime, you can look at the ranking for Danger Zone. By the way, it's 419 days since we could draw on the map. That changed an hour ago.
There you go.
So welcome to a new day of mapless drawingless maps. A draw.
Drawing.
You know, I should. I've got my MS Paint pin, and I've got a whiteboard marker for it. I should have it here so I can. If I want to draw on a map, I'll do an illustration. I'll make it Mad Poverty, man. Make it Mad Poverty. All right. So you start at Lab Rat 1, which I guess is like Silver 1. Lab Rat 1, Lab Rat 2, then Sprinting Hare 1, Sprinting Hare 2. Then Wild Scout 1, which is like a poor. Wild Scout 2, Wild Scout Elite. Hunter Fox 1, 2, 3 Elite. Then Timberwolf. And it goes from Timberwolf
Man, there's a lot of ranks.
to Emberwolf to Wildfire Wolf to the Howling Alpha.
I thought you played a lot of Danger Zone.
I do.
How
But
are you
there-
only like a
but-
sprinting hare too?
I'm getting blasted by. I don't understand how the rank ups are. If you win, you get a lot. I think if you frag a lot, you get a lot as well. Because sometimes like I've come second and killed like 6 people, and I got a rank up. But there's aimbotters, there's
yeah.
rage hackers there, man. I'm
So
getting blasted every day.
Sounds like a lot of
Guys just look in
excuses,
the ground.
James.
He's just
Dude,
looking.
I almost killed one
Always
hilariously.
excuses.
I shot one to 2 HP and then got glocked by a rage hacker. Rage hackers, war hackers. It's all happening. It's not too often though, but it's every now and then. Well, no, it is too often. The thing is, Danger Zone doesn't have Overwatch. Like, you have to go to your recently played with and then report them through Steam and type your issue and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you get feedback if those people get banned or not. But well, I guess you don't get feedback anyway. But there's no Overwatch for Danger Zone right now. We need an expansion because or the VACnet at least I think VACnet should be at the point where if somebody is aimbotting, you should be able to just automatically like put them in an Overwatch case. Because somebody shot me, I think, in the head with like 4 to 6 bullets with an MP5 in a row. And I was like, what the hell just happened? I was terrified. Okay, so it's a lot less than we thought. 2.82 for Riot Squad to the 1.44 of complexity. So they're not completely convinced. Actually, interestingly, on a side note, I actually wanted to get FNS in the studio for a week. But he said that he was busy focusing on a team. So he's putting in a lot of hard work here for the Riot Squad. Now, again, we haven't seen him play just yet, so we'll see if it is going to pay off. He's going for the default plant rather than the inverse default plant, which is interesting, considering there are smokes up on, well, as you can see. But part of the plan here, quite clearly, is to take the CT position. So they've got a good plan for themselves. The CT's now starting to stream in. Stand with the first frag. FNS trying to trade his teammate. He'll do that. The frags keep flying. There's a pistol round. This is how it generally plays out. Crashies with some nice one-taps. Are they both facing? I think they might be. Mitch falls, and it's down to Crashy. He's got to reload. Oboe, can he punish? He can't. Goes too deep behind the barrels. Crashy gets his bullets back. A 3K for him. Doesn't even pick up a USP. He's too busy celebrating by shooting the floor.
It's it's really funny because Oboe's going to punish the reloads, but the reload on the Glock and the USP is extremely fast. And usually, like, I don't think anyone's ever trying to punish a Glock reload. Like, that's not a situation you're normally trying to do. So yeah, pretty fine margins on that one. But hey, you know what? Complexity have 2 scouts, 2 deagles, and a P250, and not much to complain about. We'll have to see if they can get some connections.
So last I've heard about Riot Squad is because I've met their owner at IE in Chicago. I'm wondering if they're still all laying at the house.
Where is the house?
In Chicago. So they have a house in Chicago. So if all their pings are the same, that means they're all landing there right now.
Okay.
Let's find out, sis.
Ping check.
That's pretty
Oh,
much
it's
everyone's-
all pretty same.
they're all in
yeah,
the
that's
same
the
house.
same. That's the same.
So Complexity, they're also in Chicago.
LAN
Right
house
now.
versus LAN house.
It's a big LAN house.
Wait, they're in Chicago? Cool.
Don't listen to that.
What's that?
Cole's in
No,
Chicago?
I'm just joking because Complexity also had all the same pings. So as
That's a
Riot
good
Squad.
one, yeah. Got me.
They would definitely be in Texas. The facility, Def will be. Well, he's dead. He's dead now, Jim.
Short plant. Also an apps plant. It's weird though because with that plant, it looks like you can stop a CT defusing the bomb from inside the apartments, but you can't. They can defuse the bomb and you can't see them. There is an angle, like as deep as you can put the bomb, they can defuse it without being seen. It's kind of misleading. Seen it happen all too many times. This is a great start for Riot Squad. This is the pick of Complexity. I left my Complexity hoodie in London.
Where's mine?
Where is yours?
I didn't get one.
You have to ask Jason Lake. I'm sure he's watching. Where's Dan's Jason? Will go well with the blue eyes. I look like a basketball player when I wear it. It's great.
So you say his name Blamf, by the way, James.
You say it Blamef. So you told me that Magisk was Morgisk, and I started saying that, and I got roasted by people. So I'm just going to say Blamef until he tells me.
Okay, I was trolling you. Is Blamef?
What if it's Blamef?
No, it's definitely Blamef.
Blamef.
You are
I have
something else.
I have evidence for this. It is Blamef.
When did you become a troll?
I don't know. Trying out new things. You know.
2019. Almost
I don't know how I feel
2020.
about this.
It's something you can't trust anything. Doesn't feel good.
I really need to like practice with the Galil, because I feel like, especially after a pistol round, there's a fair chance you're going to have a Galil. Or in, you know, some rounds where you can't afford an AK, but you can afford a Galil, you need to get that spray gun. But I've just been ignorant to it, even though I know what it is.
Yeah, it definitely enables you to do things. Oh, okay. Well, hold the phone. Hold your horses.
Hold Telegram.
Hold my
Hold
beer.
it.
Secure the pigeon.
Hold stuff. Hold whatever's near you. Because we got a round here. That's almost a frag onto Finesse there by the pits. They have to consider how to spend the rest of their time in this round now that they've been tagged up. Looking to commit into the A bomb side here, and Blame is checking mid in case there was any players lurking in that position at this point. And into the A bomb site, surely Riot Squad will go. See how very cautious stuff here, trying to get some information. Getting information is so key, and maybe a pick as well. But time is starting to run low, and that means Riot Squads will have their hands forced into the A bomb site.
Complexity keeping their patience, actually staying in the A bomb site, making sure that they know at least what bomb site if the bomb gets planted. And it pays off because Shazam will get the kill on FNS. John G has a lot of work to do here, 2-on-1. Trying to get the bomb down, get spotted and taken out. Lamp takes him out.
Yeah, great round from Blame. He did so much damage, really turned the tide there. And the scouts, man, they are dangerous. This position, sometimes really deadly. Blamef really works it to perfection. I gotta say, Mag-10s are really good. Yeah, really good. And then we have a full buy pretty much from Complexity. They will be up against an AWP in the hands of Peter. He, of course, is quite dab hand with an AWP. Oh, it seemed like he had a slow spawn there. I wasn't checking his spawn, but he was very slow, and that's a very fast push, but over Blamef doing all the damage to hold Connector. This was designed to get into Connector quickly, and it has been halted.
Ooh, Peter with no Kevlar, lucky to be alive at this point, getting blasted by a HE grenade to 14 HP. More grenades being deployed. Rush trying to find the mark, but he can't versus Crashies. And now there's a man advantage for the Riot Squad. Been a while since we saw Peter on deck. Been quiet. Lots of back and forth, smack talking with different players around FPL. But here he is now, led by the likes of FNS. Def makes his way through Connector. Peter holding angles and puncturing Def, leaving Obo in a 1 versus 3. 1 minute on the clock, bomb being planted, but that's a deep angle. There was some spray to be had. Obo, great awareness, rings the bell of FNS as well. Really good effort from him. Not quite going to win the round for Complexity, but that was way more than you could have asked for.
Yeah, big damage. So the economy is going to be kept somewhat honest for Riot Squad, but this is going to be a full save. This was so fast. And the fact that they don't, you know, it's worth noting that they obviously don't smoke anything really. Just keeping mid open because they're facing the 4 and very close. So Blame has spent $4,050. He's got himself an M4, Kevlar, and a smoke. Everybody else is on around $2,000. So he's just keeping his money even with the team. And I'm curious how they'll use this M4. There's definitely a lot of options. I love rounds like this because some teams get so creative with it.
I'd rather he drop an AWP to Shazam, who goes no Kevlar.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think
Not that what he did is bad.
No, I can agree with you.
Because there's more than one way to do things, but that would be my choice. Not to say that it's better than his, but it's a different choice.
The AWP you can more likely save because you can play it in a way that you can have impact, but also position yourself to not have to commit into spots. So you can keep it towards the next round. So I agree from that perspective too, but we'll see how it works out from Complexity. For Complexity, and it's an underpass push. That's how Blamef decides to use it. There's the swing, gets the kill. And there's no one in the apps to pick up the gun, but, well, Obo's going to find a gun over towards the B, or rather the A apartments. And now there's some serious issues for Riot Squad.
Obo drops to Deagle to a teammate on 8 and continues with the kill. BlameF hasn't left just yet. He doesn't know if Apps is safe, and FNS has had to go and hunt BlameF. They'll take him out. We've got stereo frags with Shazam falling to Peter, and they continue to challenge.
Oh dear, there's no need for that. No need for those challenges. And they have walked into an AWP in middle. And they had a man advantage, or 2-man advantage. And Def is going to take one to the face as well. It should be easy now that Rush doesn't have anything. You kind of just want them to... I mean, one thing I think that would have been cool is if when Boss BlameF is pushing underpass, you have someone that's playing forward in the B apartments, because then that way the gun can be collected. Or if you're not doing that, you just sack BlameF. But maybe they were just trying to save him. Maybe that's why they were peeking into the AWP. I'm not sure.
I don't know. That was the wrong play to do. It's a 5-on-3 situation. You can literally camp and hide in CT spawn and have a better chance of winning the round than what they just did right there.
Yeah, I don't know why you forced the fights. It's really strange.
I mean, the T's have to come to the bomb site. They have to plant the bomb. You're peeking into middle against long range. They have rifles, AWPs, whatever.
I think they tried to save Blame instead of just saying let's just sack him, just stay in the underpass, just do your own thing. We're gonna hold on to sites. We don't want to take fights. I think that's probably what it was. That they wanted to peek something together, but did not work out. The AWP was ready. Credit to Peter for being in position, for being able to shoot them all down, and it's a 4-1 for Riot Squad.
John G lined up smoke towards shorts. Obscuring vision towards ladder. Crashy's getting traded. Mitch is here to take his place. Steph gets taken out towards the ladder, and we've got exchanges in A and in mid. A minute 20, and there are 2 CTs remaining. This is a wild round of Counter-Strike. Mitch has found his way towards CT spawn. Peter lining up a connector smoke, it looks like. You can do jungle from there as well. You can do a lot of smokes from there, actually, but indeed, the trajectory says connector. Oh, John G's going to be exploded. That's a big frag, but his position may suggest a boost. Either way, the bomb site of A is with Riot Squad, and a bomb's been planted. And complexity will boost. No kits for the retake. Maybe there's one on the floor somewhere, but they have utility.
Oh, okay. I think they spotted each other. They surely must have. There's a right-eye peek for the CT, so that is BlameF. So that is quite the save, and now it looks like a much better situation for complexity. Up on the box, up on triple, and the spray's not going to find anything. BlameF and Shazam locking it down, just enough time for the full defuse without the kits. And wow, that came down to some very fine margins, that one.
That was a panic by Riot Squad right there. The bomb is, it's down, is ticking. And they toss the smoke. Cole tosses smoke at the bomb, but I mean, there's not much room to aim away from the bomb because it's against the wall. You can spam the smoke, and they both felt like they needed to rush and wide swing before they even had a chance to, count 4 seconds or even spam the smoke. Unfortunate for them, and Complexity actually steals around right there.
Yeah, and that's been very impactful to the economy of Riot Squad. As you can see, a MAC-10 for FNS, a CZ for Mitch, and seems the play is B. Make the best use of the close-range weapons. I think Obo, is it Obo in the underpass? Or I'm misreading that completely. Anyway, we've got Riot Squad moving into the A site, B site, or trying to. They've lost 2 players already. Mitch now coming in from the back. That's an important frag, but the numbers are here for the CT side, so he may not be able to get too much out of this. He'll face a 1 versus 1. Shazam's still alive for now somehow. 33 HP. And Mitch is one of the 2 remaining players. BlameF finds a gap in the smoke, and they know Crashies is by the van. The flash is out, and he's out of the round. Complexity make it to 3. 2 AWPs now. 4 players surviving, and it's time for them to stabilize.
Yep, it's looking like a good spot to be in, and just some pistols to deal with. And the double orb setup, everything looking good for Complexity. And we'll see exactly what Riot Squad have planned here. I would imagine they're gonna. Okay, so they don't really have a way to get a plant here, and they don't really have a way to do damage either. So normally, you're thinking about one of the two things. A few P250s, and maybe a flashbang or something, or a smoke for mid. Try to swing together, use the numbers, try to get 1 or 2 kills, or a bit more utility, burst onto a site, try to guarantee a plant. But here they kind of spread out. Looking for the drop into the A bomb site. There's one player there. It's Rush. Rush should be able to handle these players dropping out of the palace position. There's the first, and here comes the second. Rush being dinked up a lot there. That's really. The Glock is so good. The Glock is really good.
It's OP.
It's actually really good.
I'm upset that
I think
you
it's
could
too
one
good.
shot with the Glock. That should not be in the game.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You could do 100 damage with a Glock. If you're like right next to them.
Well, if you don't have a helmet.
Yeah.
So
You don't have a helmet.
what's wrong with that? Buy a helmet.
Not on
That's
pistol.
what the helmet's
not
for,
on
the bears.
pistol. Not on pistol round. You get no helmet on pistol round. Why is a Glock able to one shot a pistol round? That's not cool.
Why
He has
not?
20 bullets.
Yeah, but it has crap range. There's a range balance there.
There is no.
No,
it
it
has
range.
amazing range.
has
It's
really
almost,
good
it's almost as
range.
good as a
Yes.
USP.
No, it's not what you're talking about.
It's almost as good as a USP.
That's
Let's
complete
have a Twitter.
nonsense. That is complete nonsense. The P2... No, you're talking out of your ass.
No.
What are you talking about?
The Glock is ridiculous.
That's absolute rubbish.
Glock is ridiculous. I'm not saying the P250 ain't bad.
How dare you even suggest
You know
that a
what?
Glock has a one-shot range of a USP?
You don't even
That's
buy
ridiculous.
a Glock.
It has half the range of a P250.
You don't even buy a Glock. You buy two P250 every round, or sometimes a Deagle.
Trust me, I know the numbers. I know the numbers, the Bears. What you're saying is very wrong.
Okay, we'll continue this in a moment. We do have the push coming into the A bomb site. Full set piece. Rush annihilated instantly there, and now it's going to be a 4 versus 5, but that's okay. Complexity have lots of retake utility, but you have to have players alive to go for the retake. So losing one more player here. Blameif being discovered on the flank as often he can be found, and Blameif has full utility, but he's not really in the right place to throw it. That's so he's going to rotate out. Also, given the fact that they know that he's there. And so this is a really smart rotate. I'm not sure if they would have heard him running away. But now they need to get their skates on, get into that bomb site for the retake.
Rashi's is dead, forced forward from the Molotov, and Mitch will fall to the flames. Still a 2 versus 2 though, that clock is very much ticks. Peter needs to hold on for just a few seconds more. Ooh. Oh, I think running around the box may have saved the round. I don't think he's got it, Oh, he has got it as well.
Oh.
Complexity take the round, 5-4. That was a close one.
That molly was so money. A money molly in firebox. Riot Squad didn't have anywhere to stand. This molly, look at this one. Look at that. Soaring through the air. Doesn't even have to peek. It's getting kills. And now he peeks.
FNS right there should not have peeked. It's a 2-on-1. Why are you peeking?
It's true.
Just let them tap the bomb.
It
Waste
is true.
time. Come on, man.
That is actually so true. Like it should actually be kind of impossible for him
But-
to win that.
As I like to say, good job, Riot Squad, of identifying that Complexity had 2 ops. So they just did a simple A smoke, which is usually
Nice.
like a really good call in that situation.
Nice. So like you're gonna weave the positive in with the negative to
There you go.
make it pH neutral on the analysis.
You got to. I mean, you got to find the positives.
Okay, well we've got Shazam going down. He gets a leg. Rush is having a very hard time on this A-bomb side this game. He's really having a hard time. And him dying has allowed the T's to take control of that side of the map. The bomb needs to be collected in mid, however. Quite an odd position. Very unfortunate for Riot Squads, but they still have things to work with, the AWP included. That's not a good move. I am very surprised Def decided to go through there. Riot Squad have had the A side of the map for quite a long time. And they've got 4 players alive, so they're covering a lot. That's kind of bold. Okay, I feel like Complexity had a few mistakes. I think Shazam is cool, like 4 players pushing underpass together, even if he gets the kill, as opposed to the leg, he's still going to get traded still. I think that's fine. I think it's like everything after that. That's kind of like, ugh. Eeh.
Ugh,
Oof.
it's disgusting.
Yeah. One of those.
Okay. Eric. Stromberg.
First, I think you kind
No,
of
no.
I never said that the USP was better. I'm just saying the Glock is ridiculous.
You
is
said
ridiculous.
the Glock almost had the same range as the USP for headshots. That's what you said.
It's like 90 damage across
That's
the
what you
map.
said.
I don't
That's
hear what
fake
anyone
news.
says. It's like 90
Eric.
damage across the map. I've been one
Allow
shot.
me to tell you the numbers.
Alright, tell me the numbers.
The fatal headshot range of no helmet of a P2000 or a USP is 1,783 units.
How far is that? It means nothing to me.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Okay. So the fatal headshot range of the P2000 or USP versus no helmet is almost 1,800 units. For the Glock, it's 560 units.
Okay.
Okay. For the P250, it's almost 2,000 units.
Yeah.
It's better than the USP.
I
I didn't even realize that.
I think the thing with the Glock is that
That's what I'm
it's-
talking
it's
about.
The Glock is like pretty accurate, and it feels like when you're running and so on and so forth, the USP and P250 is much more punishing in terms of the recoil impact. I feel like you can kind of like reliably get running.
Yeah, but there's pros and
shots
cons
that
to
they've
both.
got.
How far is 2,000 units?
So
It's pretty
so
far.
The model, how far does the model move it running? It's like with a knife out, it's like what 300 units, 320. It's 320 in Quake 3. Don't know what it is in this game. There's something similar, 280 maybe. With a knife.
All right, I'll continue this in a second. My argument has more points. Okay,
I got some counterpoints for you
Yeah,
too.
I can't wait to hear them, Eric.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear them. Man advantage for Riot Squad. We've got an early frag, an early 5 versus 4 for the T side. The score is currently 5-5 in the first map of this best of 3 series. We've got 3 players in the A-bomb site now for complexity, waiting for the next play from Riot Squad. They're waiting for a smoke to dissipate on the ramp, maybe just slowing things down, cutting noise, not showing, so the CT spread across both sites, which is a common thing that you have happen. But this is the second time they would have attempted that, and it hasn't worked either time, surprisingly. S-smoke execute into the A-bomb site now, once the ramp smoke has gone. Def could have gone for a smoke of the ramp, although maybe he didn't know if it was safe to do so or not. Either way, he's in a ninja position. Shazam taken out. Def going for a second, doesn't quite work for him. And it's BlameF and Oboe remaining versus 2. BlameF trying to play with the gaps now, falling back because it's a dangerous peak. Oboe's fallen. Now BlameF is alone. FNS not going for a safe plant there. Didn't know where BlameF was, but surely there was cover from somewhere. He kind of planted for almost everywhere. Maybe thinking he was CT, but he wasn't. 20 seconds, BlameF getting the 1 versus 1s. He could actually win this. Flashbang, PTR looking for a peek. Eats the flashbang. 13 seconds to plant the bomb. He's still looking for it. Starting to run now. BlameF might just chase. It's a default plan, but he has to commit to this. Or does he? He's facing. He's running out of bullets almost. The burst, the second one. That was crazy. I can't believe he won that.
I didn't hear
Dude.
the upshot.
I love watching him because he plays a lot of spots pretty perfectly. Especially like the amount of movement back and forwards was perfect from Blame. He really played this very well. It's a bit sketchy right at the end here. Obviously, Peter missed that shot completely.
I didn't even hear his shot. Did he actually?
He
quick
shot.
switch
He
again?
shot there. He shot. I saw the muzzle flash. Did he shoot?
I didn't hear
Didn't
it.
hear it.
Yeah, it's like he's nodding his head. He shot. Sometimes sounds get lost, but yeah, he played that perfectly. Dude, he's 19 for 3, 11 rounds in, and that's really needed because Rush is having a really hard game on A right now. Rush is the A anchor, and there's been some dodgy situations over there. How many kills will BlameF get this game? I'm gonna say 43.
I'd say 28.
43.
Everyone's looking at me weird. What do you mean? I
You're
think
saying
I think-
43
Yeah,
frags.
he's already got almost 20. And he's only played 2/3 of one half.
But the T side and the CT side are different beasts.
It's true.
It's like the Glock and the USP.
Exactly.
Glock's a
Yeah.
Hot flash
one is
into
better.
connector.
So which one is it?
They have different strengths. That's the whole point. They have different strengths.
One has more strengths.
Glock has no weakness.
Into the AWP through the smoke. Shazam's like, thank you very much. Try again. And BlameF. I don't know that he's gonna live. Yeah. Nice pre-fire. Shazam picks up the pieces. And he's the juggernaut in this round, like just taking names towards connector. Nice kill from Crashies. Unfortunate for Rush. I feel bad for him, man. He's
Oh,
getting
he still
gets the
gets
kill.
taken out.
abused.
All right, quick, let's see the money. Okay, it sucks. All right, so you were saying that the Glock does too much damage in a pistol round.
I'm saying from long range is like 92 damage.
Okay, but
Not
if it's a
one
pistol
shot.
round and you're not one-shotting somebody, you could get one shot, and that kind of exchange, that difference could win you a round. You could take a solid position with a P250 in a pistol round, but where you've got a Glock instead and you do 90 damage and a guy falls back, you don't have that position as much as you would otherwise.
But
So
you
it's a
have
trade-off.
5 other people with, you know, not P250s though.
I could,
You only
I
have, like,
could,
one person with
I
P250.
could agree with Eric to say that the damage fall off should be a bit more for the Glock.
Why?
Because if you get a headshot with it, you can't, like the guy who's got 5 HP cannot peek.
Yes, you can.
It's also pretty accurate. Like the
You-
Glock is
you
You
can't
really
can't peek
accurate.
if you're a coward.
You can't really re-peek. It's very difficult. Either way,
Depends on the situation. What if you got flashback?
Rush gonna lock down connector, can't get the second frag, but is there a trade to be had? Nice headshot, my goodness. Shazam will get the trade though. 7 HP left for Mitch, and he's gonna be able to get the bomb. That is something, and he's got time. That's also something. So he's got 2 things to work with there, and the CTs are very low in numbers themselves, so they are gonna be fairly spread out. So Mitch will go all the way through Palace. And Shazam's in jungle. So Shazam, you know, there is a world where he holds the Palace angle for the right amount of time at the right time. We'll see if that's the case. Either way, if it's not the case, Shazam doesn't have an HE or an incendiary, so he can't stop a plant on default. So Mitch has to just go for it right now. He's just got to go for it. And here he is, trying to check what he can. But here you kind of have to gamble that there's no one CT. It's just really what you have to do. He does have a molly. Oh, he's faking it. I don't know about this. Okay, now he's got some info. 1v2. I love the just taking out the round, can't even make a play.
All right, numbers.
All right.
So in terms of standing accuracy, the Glock is slightly worse than the USP.
What's the
slightly
numbers?
worse.
What's slightly worse mean? Give me numbers.
Okay, numbers. 7.6 for the Glock, standing and accuracy. 6.9 for the P2000. 6.4 for the USPS with the silencer, okay? Running and accuracy, the Glock is 17.6. The USPS is 20.27. That's not terrible.
That's a big difference. Those are headshots, baby.
The fire rate as well.
Those are headshots. Those are one shot running full speed across the map, do 92 damage.
Well,
with the
don't,
Glock.
get,
Come on.
don't get close to them then.
Got
Shoot
20
them from range.
I have 19
Shoot them
more
from range.
bullets.
Use the advantage of your weapon and shoot them from range. That's the whole point. The Glock is stronger at close range. USP is stronger from far range. There you go. FNS will fall out of the window. Not the ideal situation for him there. And Def has angles on the window itself, and there's a gap that could be brutal. It should have been brutal, should have been so much more, but it wasn't. The bomb's been spotted on the radar, full rotation coming through. Rush is on the way, but will he be needed? Maybe not. Crashy's the only man standing now on the site. Big deletion onto Shazam, looking for more, gets more. Rush has deployed a grenade, and maybe that's a clue. He's got an MP9, but Crashy's has got 12 HP, so maybe all is well in that respect. He's by the window. Not going out, not exposing himself to all the angles of the site. The smoke goes towards the door. Is he brave enough to walk through it? Crashy's looking for him to do exactly that. Rush still being patient. Spots him. Oh, he's tagged him down to 1 HP. One more bullet required, one more bullet delivered. A brutal affair on the B bomb site, but Complexity come out on top.
How scary is that if you're Rush? Like you're MP9, you're playing it from distance. You know, thank goodness for him. You know, Crashy was very weak. Otherwise, that's a very hard battle to fight. But he makes it work, and good damage though from Crash. He's really making this one difficult. However, Complexity, they are 9-5, so they, despite a very rocky start, they have stabilized pretty damn well. 4 creeps out though for Riot Squad and the AK on Mitch. And they have almost no utility, so they're going to have to play a fast round, and they're going to go for a fast split into A. Hand is spotted. Oh my god. That did not work out for Blamer.
I've made a terrible mistake. Riot Squad trying to get one more round out of their T side. 6 wouldn't be too shabby for them. Rush falling in the ramp. These have really been some crazy rounds of Counter-Strike. A little screamy at times.
Yep.
But fun to watch. Def and Obo remain 2 versus 3. Def has a kit. There is one on the site near default as well, as you just saw for a second. Obo starts to creep, as does Def. Collects an incendiary. Can't really risk pulling it out just now. Crashies deletes both of them, and that's it. 6 rounds for Riot Squad at halftime to the 9 of Complexity, and they will switch sides after the break. See you back here in a few.
Up your game. 128-tick servers for the smoothest, most responsive gaming experience ever. Ensure you game seamlessly with our state-of-the-art FACEIT anti-cheat. Track your progress with advanced stats within your community, country, or region. This is the true ranked experience. Sign up now at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
And we're back again. Back in the action, back on Mirage. It's the first map between Complexity and Riot Squad. And we have ourselves a game. Riot Squad did a pretty damn good job getting themselves some rounds, making things tricky for Complexity. And we got Complexity going for that burst. The apartment's burst. There's the pop flash from BlameF, get him on default. And Crashy's is going to have a real big issue here. There's a lot of T's in his face. And now his face has been taken. And so will Jonji's face be taken. The face snatching continues in this game of Mirage. As the bomb does go down. So the Krieg money for that second round is secured. And there's a P250. There's some range. There's some juicy headshot action with that. And
Yeah, why isn't he using a Glock, the Bears?
Because his other 4 teammates already has Glocks. Okay?
true.
James.
But why isn't he using a Glock?
Now it's finesse.
I'm not down the P250. I think it's a great gun.
It is a great gun.
Especially if they don't have head armor. It's 1 bullet. Sick.
I didn't even know you could one shot further than a USP with the P250. But the running accuracy sucks. It's 30 plus, just over 30. Yeah, but I mean the P250 is it's a perfect weapon. It's my favorite weapon in the game.
It's a perfect weapon.
Because it demands respect. If you fire it, if you spam it as fast as possible, you make it inaccurate. You have to respect it. You have to understand the limitations, how fast you can shoot the gun and keep it accurate. If you respect it, it will respect you.
Unless you have bad aim, then
It's a great sidearm.
doesn't matter how much respect you have.
That's what Overwatch is for. Press Q. Press the Q button.
Zinger.
Right. I'm hungry for more Counter-Strike, and fortunately we have it.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a little smoke there.
Oh dear. Does that actually work?
What?
Can you
The
get
scout?
Can you get, no, can you actually get damage, like reasonable damage through there?
Probably.
Oh yeah, you can wallbang.
With the scout.
If there's a lineup for what's a sniper rifle, of course you can.
Yeah, but it's not an AWP.
Probably do
you know,
like
it's
40 damage if you hit him in the foot or chest, whatever, through the wall. Headshot will probably kill.
John G. Investigatory push.
I would have reported him if I got killed like that. Sounded like every bullet landed. 6 rounds for Riot Squad, and 4 players remain as they try to defend against this push, this aggression. That's not overpowered now, is it, the Glock? He shot him to 8 HP, he was already low.
Well, he shot him in the
This
toes.
is fake news, man.
Stop shooting in the toes.
Coalition of USP lovers, led by the Bears. 3 versus 3, 45 seconds on the clock. The round is less dangerous now with the elimination of FNS in the connector position. Peter's still in the red. Reloading the scout, but maybe it's time to save it for the next round. They're still pushing forward, still fishing for something. Mitch will not be given anything, and the best opportunities have come and gone. They went for it, it didn't work, such as like 5-round lead for Complexity after half-time.
Right, so that's perfect. And they had a rocky start in the first half. They get to start things off with their game plan, which is always really nice. Again, we made this point every week. If you're on the T side and you're able to take initiative, which is inherent with a T side, you get to, after winning your pistols, set the tone. You get to set the expectation by, okay, showing, we're going to take mids, we're going to do these defaults, we're going to set this pace. We know exactly how much money our opponents have and what their options are. There's so much you can work with that in terms of finding strong answers. And just trying to poke in with the Krieg there. Use that range on the anti-eco. Some cat control here, being protected. Splaymouth is by Def there, and that Molotov will prevent a push. Even the HE sent up there. Oh my goodness, the one bullet connected to Blame F's noggin. You say noggin a lot, James?
No. I did have actually, when you asked about units earlier on, I did have a conversation with Matt Wood on how long, when he was still at Valve, how long a unit is. I'll have to find that conversation. I need some kind of, I should ask 3 Click Philip to make or FMPone to make a basic map of measurements.
Hang on.
Actually, no, I wanted to make a map with people at different distances, so you could get a physical understanding of how much range you have for a one-shot, like with various pistols. It shouldn't be too difficult to do, so I could pencil it out on my MS Paint pin and get someone to make it for me.
Are those KZ the jump maps? But when they have the numbers of like 450, is that 450 units?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it
so
is. Well, no. That's not. That's I think it's pre-strafe speed. Those are speed related. They're not units.
Oh.
They're not units.
I'm investigating.
What are you investigating?
So these hammer units. Hammer units are a unit of measurement used by Source Engine games. One hammer unit is 1/16th of a foot, or 1.9 centimeters.
Still doesn't tell us in terms of
and
in the
is-
game
and is the
game sense.
And is the minimum distance the Source Engine can measure.
Okay, that still doesn't tell us anything
kind of like the plane.
apart from what a unit is, which is interesting. But Riot Squad are trying to fight their way back into this game at the moment. Mitch is towards B with the scout. He saw the player fall back and he starts to push. He's in that window position where he can take a shot and jump out the window, or try to. He has another chance, and Obo's going to go back for it and be fragged. A smoke and apartment is taken. That's a lot of information for Complexity, sorry, for Riot Squad. Maybe too much information, Sam, walking into Peter's angle. And now we've got a 5 versus 3 for Riot Squad. A very good situation for them. Mitch gets the upgrade, and Rush can't really do anything about this. The smoke is still up. There we go. He'll announce the upgrade. No more Scout Bro. Rush knows apartments are clear. And they need to show some presence here, even if they don't want to go here. They need to tell the CTs that they could go there. Otherwise, there'll be too much of a stronghold elsewhere on the map. 40 seconds remain. Rush very patiently focused in the underpass, and that's their opening frag. Crash Sheets with an off angle will collect the bomb, and they know where Rush was. And the chances for Complexity to win this round have come and gone.
Alright, so one thing I can also tell you is that the running speed with the knife out is 250 units per second. So you can get a rough idea based on how long you're running in a straight line.
Just count 8 seconds then, as they're running.
Up to
That's pretty
2,000.
much how much 2,000 units is, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can draw that obviously. I mean, we used to be able to draw that kind of stuff on the map.
A physical representation would be good.
Oh, they slowed down.
I think it's
I
hard
lost count.
to run and do that. Well, I mean, it gives you a rough idea. Or you can just put bots on a map and then figure it out. I did make a video actually on Dust 2. It must be on my YouTube somewhere, which gives an example of a P250 versus a Glock at range on long.
Some cursory spray there from Finesse over by Tickets. And good so far for Complexity. You have to plant the bomb ASAP. The spam comes through. Ooh, that was close. Bomb does get planted though, and there is the kill on the depth. Very weak, but here is BlameF on the lurk. That's what he does. That's who he is. And it's looking good. And that's a problem. That peels away one of the Riot Squad players, leaving only 2 to try to retake from CT. And there's 3 Ts all around the bomb site to try to defend that. Whilst John G's still around middle trying to find BlameF. So effectively, it's a 1 versus 3 on the bomb site.
That's a great round killer. His presence is more of a threat than potentially taking a fight in it and losing it. It just really thwarts Riot Squad committing to the A bomb site to try and defuse the bomb. So there's a play there, not taking every fight that's available, but just using your known presence as to cause problems for the CTs as well. And that's Complexity back to winning ways. They make it to 13 rounds, 2-7 of Riot Squad. And the money is more or less broken, or at least for Crashies and FNS, it sucks. You can see an AWP being dropped, so they are going to invest into this. Shazam with some nice angles. He will be rewarded in kind.
Oh!
Ooh!
Nice catch, guys.
That's juicy.
Well, it's looking amazing for Complexity right now, and we get a response here. Perhaps a cat push from Crashies through the smoke. Could be a fantastic play. There's a mid-flash for him. He can make a play through that smoke. Here is that flashbang. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Crashies turns away. There's the push, looking for the peek, and he spots just a pixel, just an arm, just a shoulder, just a little bit enough to find the kill, but Shazam trades it out after taking a dink himself. But still, damage has been done, and they're making things a bit more difficult for Complexity in terms of map control.
Look at Blampf. He's hiding underpass, just waiting, listening, calling out numbers, and very important to have a lurk. In general, just to find information, call rotations, annoy the team, the other team. Always backstabbing.
Don't annoy your own team.
I mean, if you're completely baited the entire time, it's going to be annoying. But if you're successful, 25 and 8. Nothing wrong with that.
How are those 43 frags looking, Dan?
Yeah, he didn't get any kills after I said that in the last half, and now, I mean, he's getting like at least a kill round in this one.
Line them up, because the Krieg will cut them all down. Looking towards Palace. Rush is there, and he'll be deleted as well. Mass deletions. Riot Squad turning things around. There is still a chance for them. Let's not forget this was a force buy. They're looking much better now, and it's their turn, to break the money. They trade round. Will this make Complexity into a force buy? It looks like it will.
And it really shows the power of taking risks, because everything you do is a risk. Even if you try to play quote-unquote safe, that is a risk that you're taking, because to play safe and give up less peaks and so on and so forth, by definition, you're going to be challenging less parts of the map. So you're going to be giving up more map control for that playing safe, which actually, again, is a risk, because you give an advantage, you give potential advantages to your opponents. So I really like that Riot Squad take the aggression to make things difficult. That way you get information, you get some kills, you raise some of their utility, and then you can mid-round your way through afterwards. And they did that pretty well. Obviously, they kept, I think, 4 alive, so that's put them in a great spot for a recovery. But BlameF on the flank will get taken down, but it's a bit scary to lose a player there.
Unfortunate to get shot in the back like that. Peter probably a little upset. Crashes in the window, but was smoked out. So good play by Complexity to get someone boosting window pretty quickly. Now Mitch does spot at least 2 people B, and here comes a B rush, and Def will take out Mitch. Crashes will get the on him, but Oboe swinging in, getting the kill. Now they're going to get the bomb down. Jonji has to make a huge play right now. And he does get 2 kills in the bomb site. Now it's up to the rush, 1-on-2, 1-on-1 situation. How's he going to do this?
Force forwards into the crosshairs by the flames, by the fire. Jonji makes it 9.
They're not.
Did any of you play Mighty number 9?
What?
It's like the Mega Man game, but not by Capcom.
No.
Me neither.
Wow. This was such a heads-up play. Beautiful stuff from Jonji. Understanding that they're like, he just has the read, understands exactly where they're positioned, it gets given something and then understands what that means, plays off of it. Really nice from him.
Oh no, too early. Too early.
So
Wait,
It just happens sometimes.
the blood on the wall?
Sometimes you see, well, Oboe lost 1 HP.
Oh. Why is he bleeding so much then? Stop bleeding.
Maybe he's a hemophiliac.
Yeah, it could be. Well, we've got the push coming in, and alrighty. Headshots, but not too many. Finesse gets 2, I guess that's enough.
Was that a mouse bug? He faced ramp and then pulled out a grenade. I can't imagine that was on purpose. Maybe it
Well,
was.
no, that was definitely an accident. He
Yeah.
was about to shoot. He's like, whoop.
I mean, I've watched a lot of Finesse streams.
We've seen him do crazier things, for sure.
Yeah.
But you've seen him do some crazy stuff, but who knows? We'll leave it to up in the air.
I do kind of look at that as normal.
Man advantage for Riot Squad. And they are better equipped. Russia's been unable to collect any weapon. There's no Kevlar for these players, so they will be cut to ribbons. Or there is a potential that they will be. I won't guarantee that they will be. They may even win the round. Peter looks to hold the crawl space, it seems, and surely BlameF walks straight into this one. That's the bomb as well. It's a very hard angle to challenge.
Opportunity, no. One thing that, you know, Finesse got a double. That's the key amount of kills to get there. If he only gets 1, if he gets like 1 for 1, then the round looks really different. If you have 3 versus 3 as opposed to just 2, you're gonna approach that differently. So that really helped out. So good to good for him to do the minimum. And we've got the 13, or rather the 10-13, I should say, is right. They're catching up towards Complexity's scoreline. The odds on the upset not actually looking pretty juicy, because I feel like in what we've seen, Riot Squad definitely have it in them. They've won some great rounds, showing some great ability. It's hard to say which way this one will go. See Complexity lacking utility. It will take middle, or at least they're still attempting to do so. There is some resistance.
Starting to feel like a second wind from Riot Squad. Looked like they were heading towards an L in the first map of this series, but...
First off. So this is the first map, James.
I said first map of this series. They were heading towards an L in the first map of this series, i.e. they were going to lose the map. Do you understand what I'm saying there?
No.
Complexity move into the ladder room, and now we've got a 4 versus 2. Peter on a bomb site, they're lining up though. Some pre-fire from Mitch. He seems to know where Oboe is, but again the grenades. Peeked from the balcony. Peter starts to lurk. 1 versus 2. You can see BlameF. He's got some creeping of his own to do. Oboe near default. Peter doesn't know where the second player is, surely. Continues to creep. Oboe's going to peek him. Oh, he spotted him just about, but he can't get through the door frame. 14-10, and the money's broken again, so for Riot Squad. So indeed, it does look like maybe they'll be heading towards an L in the first map of the series, i.e. they lose the map, Dan, because Complexity will win the map.
Yeah, the way you said it kind of made me feel like you thought we'd done a map.
I said they were heading towards a loss.
If Riot Squad
They're approaching the loss.
didn't botch 2 posts in the last half, those 2 post situations, I think it'd be 14-10 in favor of Riot Squad. But they lost like 2 really post-plant rounds, which, you know, it's good to watch over the down. Like, why did we do this?
Such is life.
Ooh,
Sneaky
nice.
position by Mitch.
Good dodge.
They'll need more than a good dodge, though. They'll need a lot more dodges if they are to turn things around. I mean, perhaps they can in the next round, but they will need 5 in a row. So max pressure, but not out of the realm of possibility. Jonji has a flashbang in this round as well. But they're not really set up to do anything about this. If smokes come in, maybe he can fall back. Well, there's only 2 smokes. It looks like they're going to be some dry pigs. Jonji will get tags. The flashbang looks to be deployed, but again, no one's really in position to do anything with it. Crashies and FNS have been taken out. Connector being cleared out by BlameF. Doing a pretty good job with the solo plays. BlameF playing off of his teammates and still being very impactful. Heading towards 30 frags as we look to, well, as they look to close out this map. Mitch now with the USP. Expectations are low. And there's BlameF with 30. Lead by example.
The best way to lead. Put your money where your mouth is. Riot Squad like a little bit more money. Get some kits, maybe. Okay. Always gotta get one kit.
Alright, so Complexity, indeed, in a strong position, looking good to close. Just out trying to get that mid control going. The Molly will deny some of the lower con peaks that can be annoying and allow some progress forwards. And Mitch looking for action here. They know they need to do something. Going kind of deep on that angle. Gets the catch. Beautiful. And Obo was full speed ahead. It's running.
Yeah, hunting the vermin in the apartments, it seems. The mouse has been caught.
Tag on FNS. Oh, another one. Okay, they definitely would have heard that one.
Yeah, there's a smoke up though, so not a huge deal. No fear from BlameF. Perhaps he heard the running away. 1 minute on the clock for Complexity to collapse on the A bomb site. Once again, BlameF is in a strong position, and he knows how to play off of this. FNS has no tools to really deal with this at all. And now the push begins. The scout is not ideal, but Peter lands a headshot. Jonji with some continuation spray. Shazam swings in and gets taken out. 1 versus 2 Toothbrush. He's got 20 HP. He sees one player, but where is the other one? He's collected the bomb. 35 seconds, and he's leaving the A bomb site. Surely he's not making a play towards B. He's actually going for it. I thought he might have been heard, but apparently not.
Yeah.
26 seconds on the clock, and Mitch is rotating. He's got the AWP by the window. Crashies has made it to CT, so there's no way. Oh, he's going past the window, actually. I suppose he could be spotted from short with the USP. Time so low, the bomb site can't be checked. Russia's got to go for the plant here. And it will be a free frag for Riot Squad. And they keep themselves in the game. 11 rounds to the 15 of Complexity. No bomb plant. How does the money look? It looks okay. Another buy will surely be coming.
Double orbs.
Lots of money.
Yeah, it's not done just yet.
All the money's gone. Complexity. 15 to 11. Match point for Complexity. BlameF, 30 kills.
Indeed. Are they going to go all the way into B? No fear.
I kind of like this because
Nate?
they know that they're opting B. And I think they're just to like flash smoke execute, just trying to overwhelm the B players. But Riot Squad has 3 people here.
Indeed, they do. But if they're blind, what can they do? Just hope for the best. Mitch is not blind, though. He's going to... Oh, that's so fast onto Ovo. Looking through a third one. Won't get it. The numbers game eventually overwhelming. Peter in a short position. Jonji coming in from the market. Does one run distraction for another. They need to avoid getting traded. He's going to creep through the smoke. Might not be the best idea. I think he may be trying to show the barrel of the gun. Shotgun mode for Peter. Falls back. He has cover. Where are the remainder? Can Jonji play off of this? He's creeping by the door. He's been taken out. 1 versus 2 now for Peter. Trying to find the best angle, but there are too many angles. And Complexity will indeed overwhelm the B bomb site and take the first map 16 to 11.
Yeah, well played by them again. Rocky start, but they managed to make it happen. I gotta say, I'm impressed with Riot Squad ultimately. I think You know, I don't know these players, and you know, individually they performed pretty well. They made some good calls, they had some good clutch moments, and they made an entertaining game.
They did as well, and they played pretty well overall. Just a couple mess-ups on the post plant on the T side, which could have been a whole different game if they just played it simple, played together, make sure they got the kills. And it's not too bad for a Complexity map pick right here.
Yeah, Complexity, they look good. They look promising. I'll say that, they look promising, which is great to see. Again, we've got a few teams which are under construction, but we see promise with Complexity, and BlameF appears to be a great addition to the team. Riot Squad, they've got some work to do on the maps to come. These are the scores on the doors. BlameF going crazy on Mirage, 30 frags, 30 for 13. He was almost unstoppable, almost 3,300 damage. That is some heavy output from a heavy set man, and we are going to be going to a second map. Well then, Riot Squad on the back foot. Complexity, they come into this as a favourite, of course, and they go 1-0 up. Can Riot Squad turn it around after the break? Find out after the break.